What's up, everybody? It's Robert Trolling Paradise back with another response video. It is a contest entry. This is Thrash Maniac 99. He recently reached 5,000 subscribers over the weekend. And I came up with the idea for him to do something similar to George G's Room of Rock, who I've responded to George G's Room of Rock 3 times now, with his 6 Evil Album thread last year, the 1,000 subscribers contest that he did 2 months ago, and 10 albums of Scream Metal last week. So yeah, this is my second time responding to Thrash Maniac after the bands whose second album is their best from last year. So yeah, let's get started now. I have to spell out his name, Levi McIntyre. So here we go. And it starts with L for Levi, and the band's name starts with L. It is Linkin Park with Minutes to Midnight. From 2007, this is their third studio album. Here's the opening. Here's the gatefold. You got Chester Bennington right there. Rest in peace. Yeah, really good album. You got Given Up, which is really good. Leave Out All the Rest, really dark. Bleed It Out, Shadow of the Day, What I've Done, and Side 1 is amazing. I love the song What I've Done. Also, Leave Out All the Rest is really awesome, though it is kind of depressing. When you really hear about it, it's really dark, considering everything that went down with Chester. So yeah. Anyway, the E in Levi is Exodus, with their third studio album, Fabulous Disaster. The band starts in the E, obviously. So yeah, Fabulous Disaster, one of the best albums out there. This from Steve Zetro Souza on vocals, who has been booted out as of early this year. Rob Dukes is back. This one has Toxic Waltz, which is a live staple. They played that one when I saw them open for Anthrax a couple years ago. That was the only song they played off that one. Anyway, the V in Levi is Van Halen, self-titled debut, 1978. One of the greatest debuts ever. And of course, it's with David Lee Roth right here on vocals. I love David Lee Roth's vocals. Absolutely full of attitude. Way better than Sammy Hagar's stupid voice that sounds like nails on a chalkboard to me. Because he sucks. And also, yeah, no way rolls the stage like Diamond Dave. Sammy Hagar sucks. And rest in peace to Eddie Van Halen, the guitarist who passed away from cancer back in 2020. All right. The letter I for Levi is Iron Maiden. The band Iron Maiden. The album is Power Slave, released back in 1984. One of his favorite albums of all time in terms of metal releases, and one of my favorite metal albums of all time, too. This is a really good album. You got Aces High to Its Midnight. The title track Power Slave is really good, and Rime of the Ancient Mariner to close things out. A giant 13.5-minute epic to close things off. Really good. The M for McIntyre, his last name. Oh, Jesus Christ, the record almost slid out. It's Motorhead with Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades! The Ace of Spades! Rest in peace, Lemmy, the vocalist and bassist and main songwriter. Awesome record from start to finish. Title track, Ace of Spades, open things up. Shoot you in the back, left me like a reptile. We're the Road Crew and Side 1 is really good. I'll sometimes hear that song at an event while I'm waiting for a band to get on stage in one of the more smaller venues. Chase is better than the Catch. Really good track on side 2. Jailbait, though, I cannot stand that one. It's gross. Yuck. Disgusting. The C in McIntyre is Candlemass with Nightfall. Their second album. And the first album with Messiah Marcolin on vocals. That's him right there in the center. Yeah, you got some good songs on there. Wall of Souls, Samarthan, At the Gallows End, which is my favorite. Dark of the Veils of Death, Bewitched, really good track. Love that song, Bewitched. Really good. All right, Immolation time for the letter I is Immolation, Close to a World Below. The hellish looking cover, the burning crucifix. It's the back. Really cool album. One of the best death metal albums out there, I've heard. A lot of fans really like that album. I saw them open for Cannibal Corpse. They didn't play a single song off this album, which was a bummer. And there was a short set, too. They opened for Cannibal Corpse. Oh, wait, never mind. I didn't screw that up. I'll put it down. There's an N I was supposed to grab. Never mind. Anyway, the N in McIntyre is Nevermore. The band starts with an N, and this is their album Dreaming Neon Black, their third studio album. Rest in peace, World Dane, the original singer who passed away back in 2017. Really good album. The T in McIntyre, Typo Negative with October Rust. I've shown this one off before. I get showed off again for this one. I showed that off in the George G's 1,000 Subscribers contest entry video that I did 2 months ago. It was really good. You got Love You to Death, Beautiful Ballad, Be My Druidess, Green Man, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, In Praise of Bacchus is really awesome as well. Wolf Moon, and the really dark Red Water, Christmas Morning, about the death of Peter Steele's father. And speaking of Typo Negative, I'm actually wearing a shirt. It's got pictures of the band members on it. The I in McIntyre is death with individual thought patterns. I actually showed this one off on my, I think it was one of my most recent responses too. Or something like that. Oh yeah, on the most recent one I did. The R in McIntyre, I'm surprised no one's ever shown it off aside from the Necrotic Nick, who showed it off in a collection update once. So I was going through a CD collection. I was watching one of his old CD collection updates, and he showed this album off. This is Gwar. The album title starts with an R. It is Ragnarok. Their fifth album from 1995. It has its 30th anniversary this October, and the anniversary is going to land right before I see them, actually. So yeah, I gotta show you this gatefold here. It's got lyrics and pictures inside. And yeah, it's colored vinyl. It's silver vinyl. Here's the back. Got Cardinal Sin's head on it with track listing on Meat Sandwich. Absolutely hilarious opener. Love that tune. And Crush, Kill, Destroy, also really energetic. Love that song. I saw them a few years back. They actually played None But the Brave, the final song in this album, off that one. First time I saw them, they played Meat Sandwich, as well as Crush, Kill, Destroy. It's kind of shocking they hardly play anything from this album live, but Meat Sandwich, absolutely funny. Love that song. Yeah. And the E in McIntyre is Cannibal Corpse with Eaten Back to Life. Their first album. Released back in 1990. And it has its 35th anniversary coming up very soon. I think next week, actually. You got Shredded Humans, Edible Autopsy, Put Them to Death, Scattered Remains, Splattered Brains, Born in a Casket, which when I first saw them live, they actually played that song. A Skull Full of Maggots, which I saw them Played that one the second time I saw them. They played that one. They usually play A Skull Full of Maggots live. And I know when I saw them in 2016, they played Born in a Casket, which was pretty crazy. But they hardly ever play some of the other stuff from there. Sometimes they play Scattered Remains, Inspired Brains, and Edible Autopsy from there. Anyway, yeah. That'll do it for my entry for Levi's 5,000 subs contest. I'll see you later.